How much money do you realistically need to be able to reside in Africa full time? Hey, Jason, if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I go through this expat journey. 9 years in the game now. It's crazy. It was 2015 when I originally left the United States, sold everything and packed up with 2 suitcases and my 2 cats. And we literally said, we're never coming back. And so now it's just me. And so I just wanted to share with you, like, what do you really need realistically to be able to reside here in Africa? And so let's go ahead and get into today's video. So a lot of people will tell you like, oh, these countries are cheap. You don't need that much money to live off of. Well, it actually depends on you and how you live your life. Now, I tell people, I would say you need at least 3,000 US dollars that is coming in monthly to be able to live a very comfortable life. Now, most people, I know a lot of my Zambian brothers and sisters are going to hop on their comments and be like, no, that's a lot of money. But please remember, if you're coming from the United States, UK, or some place like that, you're used to seeing and paying things for a different way. So there's things you're just going to naturally be overpaying for. Like just if you're going to Woolworths, to a grocery shop, ShopRite Select, all of these different things, like you're going to be paying a premium price. So set the cushion in there to where it's not going to hurt you, or as the currency goes up and down, you're not feeling a big impact of it. If you just come here on maybe a Social Security pension with 1,200 US dollars, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I'm going to be real with you. Can you make it? I believe you can. I would think you would definitely need to have a local man or woman, depending on what your relationship status is, to be able to guide you through that so they can take you to places where it's more affordable. You will be losing a lot of your time. So like, it's like for me, I take car service, which is called Yango here. I take that back and forth everywhere. So just about each month, I may spend about 200 US dollars or invest 200 US dollars into that. However, it's saving me so much time instead of taking the local taxi buses, which I think they cost maybe 15 to 30 kwacha, depending on how far you're going. Because the one time I took one, it wasn't a bad service or nothing, but like you're packed in there like sardines. And then there's moments where you're just sitting, waiting for them to get maybe one more person into the taxi bus when there's already 15 people in there. So like for me, I do not like to sit and wait. My time is very valuable to me. And I like to be there and back, there and back. I don't like just sitting around waiting. And so if you don't mind those type of things, then you can come on a lesser budget. But don't you want to live a more comfortable life? Like, don't you want to have a more cushion to where you can have enough money to save, have enough money to open up businesses, and have enough money to do whatever you want to do? Now, if you're someone who drink, smoke, if you're eating out all the time, eating out here is very expensive compared to most other countries. It's actually cheaper here to hire someone to cook meals for you every day than it is to eat out every day. So like for me, I set aside about 150 US dollars a month, and that's for my private chef that cooks for me. And then maybe my grocery budget for the month, anywhere from 50 to about $150, depending on if there's special things that I want that I need to go buy from certain stores. Then outside of that, entertainment, it's going to really depend on you. I don't club, I don't drink. So my entertainment budget is very small. Like for me, I'll go to the movies. I think for one person, that's 50 kwacha, which is like $1.75 US. I can do that. Give me a large popcorn, maybe get a slushie or something, and I'm good. I have very few restaurants that I eat out here. One of them is called Deal. It's an Indian multi-cuisine restaurant. So I know whenever I go there, I may spend about 20 US dollars. That's if I'm taking a date with me. And then plus, because the service is so great, I make sure to tip the people because they know me and they take care of me once I get in there. Outside of that, like if you're going to be traveling around the country, it's not that expensive at all. Even whether you're in South Africa or Botswana, here in Zambia is the same. Like traveling on bus to different regions is not that expensive. Hotels here are very expensive. They're very expensive and they're overpriced. I stayed at the Chrismar Hotel because there was a fashion show going on there. And plus I was getting my house painted. Uh, the bed was comfortable, but like the hotel didn't have internet. The hotel also didn't have DSTV. I think there was just 2 channels on there. And so literally I had my Xbox. I just hooked up to the HDMI and I was on my Xbox. And then I have my own Wi-Fi router that I keep with me at all times. And so I would say more looking to Airbnbs than doing hotels here, because every hotel you go to, you're going to be paying about anywhere from 60 to 100 US dollars a night. And I don't see the value in it personally. Outside of that, Airbnbs, you can find some really good Airbnbs. There was one I stayed in before I moved into this house. I stayed there for a week. It was a real nice area. It was close to Amanda Hill Mall and East Park Mall. I could get into town real cheap. It was a really cool place. Like, the place was actually so good. If I didn't already have this place, I would have propositioned the owners to see like, hey, can I just rent this out for the year? How much would you charge me? And I believe I was paying 23 US dollars a night. It was well worth the money. Had internet, DSTV, hot water, everything worked great in there. And so outside of those things, really just going to depend on you. If you're a single guy, how much dating do you plan on doing? Do you plan on, splurging on women and stuff like that? And then those little things are going to make your budget go up and down. If you have children, that will go up and down too. Also, like for the school fees and things like that, they are pretty much affordable here. I think on an average, school fees for, I can't remember, I think it's about semester or quarter. It may be like 200 to 400 US dollars, depending on where you're at. And we're talking about really good schools here. I think the most expensive school fees I've seen were at Rose Park School, which is one of the real big private schools here. And I think that was like 400 US dollars. And so things are very affordable here, man. Like, it's way more affordable than when I was living in Panama, even in Colombia. Housing is not expensive at all. Like, I'm in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. I'm paying 194 US dollars right now with the current exchange rate. I was looking at a house that had a swimming pool and it was just 450 US dollars a month. Let me just give this caveat. With the housing, the way it works here, at least for Lusaka, I don't know about other regions. I do plan on finding out about Ndola within a couple of weeks. Here in Lusaka, you do pay 3 months up front. It's 2 months up front plus a security deposit. That's why I didn't go to the place that was 450 US dollars. I'm like, yeah, if you trying to scam me, bro, and that's a lot of money, like, I might have to hurt somebody there. So do what's within your budget. Do what you're comfortable with too. Just because it was me getting used to the country, like, I just not willing to pay too much up front. But probably once I move to Ndola, I'm going to end up getting a bigger place next year. And I really want a place with a swimming pool now. I'm starting to see, like, I don't want to leave my house that much. I don't know about you. So if I have a swimming pool, I can at least just be sitting out back by the pool, chilling, especially on hot summer days. And so that's really it about the budget. I just wanted to hit on that part because I know a lot of people be like, well, I live on this much money, but you got to really look at what each individual person habit is. Like, for me to have a personal chef, you may be somebody that want to eat out and eat takeaway every day. One of the hidden blessings of Lusaka for me is there's not many vegan restaurants, so I don't have a desire to eat out anymore. And I just love having my home cooked food. I can just warm something up. Like today, I warmed up a couple of things, and it's just simple for me. And so if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I'll get back to you on them. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.